Hey guys, I'm Kate Simsley and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, I'm super glad that you're back, and if you're new here, then welcome in. Today we are renovating 20 Culpepper. It is going to become a large family apartment with 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. I cut out most of the floor plan because I struggled a little bit and it made the video quite long, so I did cut most of it out, but we will start out here in the kitchen and you can watch this all come together. I opted to use the country kitchen cabinets, and I think that they work really well in this apartment. The entire theme of this apartment was like light and bright and airy. I use a lot of the blooming rooms kit in the dining room and living room, and I gotta say, I really like that pack. I add quite a bit of clutter in the kitchen, as I do throughout the entire apartment. But I do use some of the plants from the blooming room kit. I hang some on the walls. I also put a couple on the counter, or at least one of them on the counter here. And I add a lot of the cottage living and country kitchen kit clutter. I am quite happy with the way this turned out, especially the kitchen. I enjoy the aesthetic and the look that it has. In the front entry, I used this shelf that came with the blooming rooms kit, and I clutter it up with a bunch of shoes, which is one of my favorite clutter items in the game. I wish that we would get more single shoes so that we could have them laying around on the floor. Not so much single shoes, but single pairs of shoes even. That would be great. Or a pair of shoes where one is sideways and one is flat, like in real life. I add those pictures to the top of the shelf, and I put a rug sized up at the front door. The entire theme of this house, like I said, is very light and bright and airy and cozy, and I think the front entry encompasses that. I add a coat rack, a thermostat, and a mirror on the wall, and it looks very inviting when you first walk in. I tried a bunch of different wall swatches, and I finally settled on a wallpaper with some flowers on it. Moving on to the dining room, I do change the color of the curtains. I started out with green curtains, but it ended up being far too much green, so they will change to beige. But I chose this big dining table. It has glass in the center and some light blue chairs. I add a small plant in the middle of the table, and then tons of plants all around this room. This was my first full build with the kit, and so I had a lot of fun trying all the different items and finding ways for them to work in this apartment. As I said, I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. I started out by putting that glass console table against the wall. I end up moving it over to the other side of the room, and I create a sitting area on that wall instead, which you'll see shortly. I did try out these lights that came with the Blooming Rooms kit, and they are beautiful. I love them. My only complaint would be that the standing light, the leaves stick out very far, and so it does take up a fair amount of space. This is where I will create the sitting area. I had tried to just put another console table, but it wasn't looking great, so instead I used the Dream Home Decorator cabinets and bookcases, and I create a little sitting area. I do this by putting some pillows that are actually chairs, and I put the pillows on the edges, and then I add an ottoman in the center. I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out, and I think it looks very cozy and cute. Once I've created this sitting area, I add a lot of clutter to these shelves. And I think that it looks very homey and cozy. I think that this sitting area would make for a great addition in a kid's room. If you were in a house that had a bay window, you could build this sitting area around the window, and I think that would look very cozy and cute. We're going to move on to the living room here. And I use the sectional couch. I believe this one is the Dream Home Decorator version. There is also a base game version if I'm not mistaken. I choose a blue swatch for this, and I added some floral chairs. I also add some bookcases in this room and a fair amount of plants. As I said, I'm very happy with the way that this apartment came out. I think it is perfect for a family. It is not very often that I create apartments for families. I I do add this little plant stand in the corner. Now, everyone in the world has owned one of these plant stands, at least in the world where I live. I have one in my backyard. As I said, I added some bookcases, and I just clutter everything up. So I add some lamps, some candles, and I add pictures, so it ends up being a very cozy space. As I said, I added that large metal plant stand on the wall by the entrance, and I think it worked well in this room. It's funny because some of these items seem very modern, but they also fit very well in a country-themed build. We're moving on to the master bedroom now, and it is actually a rather large room. I combined 2 side tables to create a side table beside the bed. I also added the vanity to this room, which I clutter up later on. I switched out the bed for one that had a more suitable swatch. As I said, the theme in here was blue and bright and airy, and so I opted for a bed with a blue bedspread, and I thought that it worked well. Placing more of the Blooming Rooms kit plants on this dresser, I think that this room turned out pretty cozy. I have changed the way that I do voiceovers, and I don't just talk all the way through lately, because I am having trouble. When I talk for long periods of time, it hurts my throat, I get very stuffed up, and so I've changed my voiceovers to be like this, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I created a kids' room that I assumed was for twin girls. I figured they're teenagers, not necessarily children, although they could be children. I assumed they're for teenagers. It's for teenagers, sorry. And I just added some stuff. Now I do switch out the swatches on everything. I started with it being light wood. Then I decided I wanted dark wood. Then I decided I wanted white at one point. But it does end up going back to the light wood, which you will see. I added a stereo into this teenage twins room, and I created a custom picture, which you will see. To create the custom picture, I simply took the picture of Vlad, the large picture with the big picture frame, and I merged another picture into it using the tool mod. Although I use the tool mod in this build, you do not have to have it in your game. That picture will still be there and will look exactly as it does in this video. However, if you decide to download this, be sure, as always, if you download any of my builds, to have bb.move objects turned on. I tried out carpet in this room, but I felt that the wood floor throughout the house would probably look a lot better, and so I do end up switching it back to that. I now created a toddler's room, and I used the little toddler bed that almost looks like a house, and I just think it looks adorable. I add some little pink curtains and a purple dresser and then a lot of items, so the toddler would have a fair amount of things to do in their room, but it is quite cozy and cluttered. I do add a dollhouse and toy box as well as a bookcase in this room, although I will move the bookcase over to the other wall shortly, and you can see that happen. As I said, I moved this room around quite a bit, so I end up actually switching where the bookcase is to the other wall, and I just kind of shift everything over and add clutter. I did end up putting the little paranormal doll on the toddler's bed here, and I think it looks super cute, although it's very creepy. We're moving on to the bathroom. I use the same country kitchen style cabinets, and I just add a lot of clutter to them. I put some toothbrushes, as I usually do. I add towels, and then I will add a mirror above the sink. The bathroom, like the rest of the house, is bright and airy, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it came out. We're going to come to the end of the build and go into screenshots. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. That would really help me out, and it just makes me happy. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and leave a comment and let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. Have yourself a simtacular day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!